My mum took me ice skating when I was younger, and I accidentally broke her camera.
Right.
And yeah, so basically she was trying to take photos of me, but I was like, it was my first time ice skating. I don't know what the fuck was going on. So obviously I grabbed her when I went to slip, and I fucking dragged her camera down with me out of her hand and smashed it straight into the ice.
Oof.
Needless to say, we didn't really get on after that.
Whatever again.
Yeah, ever again, that was it.
Fucking
So
broke
yeah,
my camera, you little shit.
she was pretty pissed. But
Back in those days, cameras weren't cheap.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. And apparently, I was actually only talking about. It's ironic we should be talking about Disney on Ice, because when I was talking to her about it about a year ago, she was like, "Oh, that was the same guy that got the same day that guy fell over on the ring and took out all of his front teeth."
Ooh.
I was like, apparently, I mean, I don't. Maybe she didn't tell me because I was quite young, and that could be kind of traumatic, I suppose. He was coming off the ice and he slipped, and so there was like a step up out of the ice rink,
Hi.
and it's basically like a level up concrete step, and he fell and he just took all of his top row, well, not all of them, but you know, like the few set of his teeth out. On the concrete. I was like, I don't remember this. She was like, yeah, you're easily distracted. I was like, oh, shiny stuff. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's a childhood experience lost. I only remember it for breaking your camera, but now I know that someone lost their teeth.
Now it'll be, do you remember that day I broke your camera and that man lost his teeth?
Yeah.
That
Fuck,
sweet
man.
childhood memory.
That's basically being curb stomped.
Oh.
Ugh.
Ice skating hurts if you don't know how to do it.
I've never been ice skating.
Yeah,
That's all I remember from it was, I'm in pain.
I've been invited once, like on a date, and she was like, "We should go ice skating." I was like, "I will break your hip." Like,
Fuck,
no. Yeah, I was like,
funny enough, a lady, well, no, it was a lady, but more.
You sound like you're questioning this.
No, I was thinking.
Did you give her the crocodile
at that
double
point
check?
in my life, would I call her a lady or a girl? It would have been a girl.
okay.
Was like, hey, do you want to go ice skating? And I was like, fuck that, let's go go-karting. It was the worst experience of her life.
Really?
Were you just ramming into her?
No, not me. Just other people. Like, I think we went to like there's a place close to where I live. It's like a drop-in center. And they do like weekends. It's like open for whoever, like anyone can drop in. And on the nights, it's usually like the regulars that go there that all have their own. And she was getting a fucking obliterated. Like, people were smashing into her. And yeah, bless her. I don't think she had a very good experience. It's probably why our date didn't go so well. She pretty much left from there and didn't go for food afterwards. So I imagine, apart from a broken spine, she just had a broken heart.
But what hurt the most?
Yeah, pretty. 3 years later, the anal, but I mean, it doesn't matter.
I went on a date with a girl once and went bowling. I'm not good at bowling. I'm very luck orientated with bowling, and beat her in bowling really badly, and then she proceeded to get really pissed off that I didn't let her win. I was really confused.
I'm an alpha male when it comes to bowling.
Oh, I put the barriers up.
So do I. I also use the little machine.
Oh, the ramp.
I'm like, watch this. I'm terrible at bowling, but I'm like, yeah. You know, when you get struck, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm meant to do that.
You act the fucking shit. You're like, yeah, but you can't do that.
Get some.
You can bounce it off the sides and still get a strike. It's amazing.
I'm sure you guys have been here before, but when you go bowling and you can see there's like guys either side of you, and you got to try and go, right, I can't humiliate myself here. And you might get the odd strike, and you're like, yeah, I hope people notice that. And then all of a sudden you fuck up, and you got that moment where you have to turn around and walk back to the bench, and you know everyone's looking at you. You have to try and put a face like, oh, that went badly.
My fiance, when I first started dating her, we went bowling, and she was like, "Can we put the sides up?" And I was like, fine. Yeah, of course. That's not a problem. Yeah. Also, sides up. What are you, bitch? She basically threw the bowl down the lane so hard it knocked the sides down.
Shit.
I was like, the fuck are you breaking shit for? You've been here 5 minutes. And our relationship flourished from there.
You were like, oh, I like your sense of
You know how to beat a ball.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've bent one of the railings. I went bowling in New York, and I was like, I like started drinking. Because apparently, if you got a British accent, they just don't bother IDing you.
They don't.
So I just started getting in the bowling alley and threw this bowling ball so hard at one of the like barriers. The thing's got like a massive kink in the middle of it. I was like,
shit.
oh shit!
Fucking
Like,
Brits.
let's leave.
That's what I did.
I saw a video once of this poor woman that just put all of her might into trying to get the bowling ball down the alley and just let go of it about 2 seconds after she should have done. She just threw it straight into the ceiling and set the sprinkler systems off.
I saw that the other. Yeah. I've seen that video.
The sprinkler systems as well.
That epic fail.
I've seen the one of people using like bowling balls that are too small for their fingers and they just go with the bowling ball when they throw it.
Yeah.
That is also fantastic. Right, which one of these freaking barracks did you die in, mister?
Right, let me bring up the map.
There was one overlooking the front door of that building down the road.
There's a good chance that there's probably quite a few weapons still left on me because Sheep's the kind of guy that's got loads of gear. So looking at the map, you've got the yellow road that goes straight down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the first set of buildings to the left of said middle road. And then you've got the second set of buildings to the right of it, and there's 2 rectangular buildings. One is looking vertically and one is looking horizontally.
Yep.
I was in the horizontal one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
You were on the
I've
top
gauged
floor,
it.
weren't you?
Yeah, I was in the top floor, yeah, on the right hand side of the building. He may even still be there, because he might be thinking, ha ha ha, wouldn't it be funny if a bullet magnet comes back for his shit?
From what he says, he doesn't body cam.
Oh, okay.
And from when I watch his streams, he doesn't really tend to.
Oh, fair enough then.
Right, it's not this one.
Right, I'm gonna go to my Tower of Wisdom.
Ooh, beer. Heineken.
Heineken.
And a random Heineken, yeah.
Didn't even know you could find Heinekens on us. Oh,
Zombie.
is that you?
Fuck off.
Oh, no.
Don't make me bleed my own blood. Oh, that's alright. I'm watching Bullet getting fucked.
Oh, thank fucking you,
Oh,
sure.
a knife.
Oh, did you hear that? Was that you?
I was shot the petrol pumps.
Did they actually explode if you shoot them then?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Does it do damage if you're nearby it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's useful to know.
Don't get hit by one of those.
I'm glad that you can actually do that, to be honest. In so many games you see like petrol cans or something and they actually don't do anything when you hit them, and it's just like, really?
Okay, I found your building because it has locked doors.
Yeah, they won't all be locked, because he got in there somehow. Unless he didn't, he might have just shot me through a window.
No. There's an open door here.
Gonna die in a minute, I can feel it.
Fucking hope not.
I just can't believe that I just did that. I mean, all the things to do, that's one of the dumbest I've ever done.
I was quite impressed.
I found your body. Hello. Scar's still here.
Shot you with a scar.
Did you have a scar as well?
No, I had a grot.
I've got Grot on me. He's Soakum still here.
Did you take any ops core headgear?
Nope. That's oh, that's on me now.
I mean, by the way, feel free to actually take and keep that. I don't necessarily want it back. I just annoyed that I got killed by someone while I was AFK. Yeah, if anything else. I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to be like a combat logger. But considering he hadn't actually shot me, and I don't think I'd actually shot him. I'd shot at him, but I don't think I'd hit him. Yeah. And it had been about a good 10 minutes since there were any shots fired. I thought, oh, I think it's safe to go and have a poo. I mean, it would have been had I had fucking thingy, but never mind.
Yeah, what did he say? He just followed the locked doors?
Yeah. He probably knew it was me as well, because I think he's run across me on a few occasions, and I always tend to do that.
I feel like the only downside of that habit is if someone finds the locked doors, they can like narrow you down.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, fucking hell. Had loads of stamina a minute ago.
Oh, Gio, by the way,
Hello.
thank you, because you pushed me over 100 followers.
Oh, my
You
pleasure.
broke my 100 cherry.
Oh.
Moist.
Yeah, I don't think your boy's still here.
Probably not far off though, he's probably doing some shit somewhere nearby.
Yeah. Literally, as you were like, right, I'm popping off, guys, I was like, oh, I fucking found a dude at Bash. Like,
Oh, you killed someone at Bash as well?
Yeah, I killed a guy at Bash, yeah.
Who was it?
Time.
You have got the pastiest legs I've ever seen. I've just taken your trousers off.
Oh.
Necrophila. Time something? Hold on. How do I get the thing up? I recognise his name if I can see its name.
Sorry, I don't recognise it myself, so... Oh, server. Did that come out of nowhere?
No.
No, it said 1 minute and then went off. I am gonna go to the toilet quickly, boys.
Make sure you log off. Oh no, obviously it's done for you.
Yeah.
Quick.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
Remember to close your game and
Yep,
reopen this.
close game and restart. Although that might still not work, so I'm just going to wait till I load in before. Thingy. Oh, so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dead. I died. Basically what happened was, I got given a rather delicious plate of food by my wife, and had to take a quick toilet break as well, so I stopped the stream for a little while. I think what, 10, 15, 20 minutes, come back and then realised to my horror that I'd actually forgotten to log out of the game. So although my stream had finished, I was still sat there like a numpty in this building just waiting for the inevitable, and yeah, someone had actually managed to come along and find me, and so now I'm back on the coast again trying to find some gear. Oh god. Pro move, pro gamer. I picked the wrong day to stop drinking.
Right, I'll be right back.
Remember? Waiting for the server to restart. Should be up now? Let's give it a go. It is hot in here, and I think it's because my PC is going trying to run this game, so the CPU is cooking away. Right, back to civilization, if you can call it that. Let's see if we can find a weapon over at this police station. So yeah, just a recap for anyone that is joining back. I made the fatal error of forgetting to log out when I went away to take a break, and got murdered whilst AFK. Luckily though, one of my teammates has managed to salvage the gear, so at least it's gone to someone. Gone to someone that could actually help me with it, and it's not just gone to some random trader. And it's really, really hot today for some reason. Well, one, because it's just a very warm day, and also I think my CPU on my PC might be starting to pull. There we go, got there in the end. Might be starting to get a little bit fucked up. It's kicking off a lot of heat. Lots of zombies around here, which is a good sign. I sincerely hope this is not one of those police stations that's been boarded off. No, it hasn't. Thank God for that. There's a few people that have built bases inside these police stations, which I think is a bit scummy. I don't think that building over loot locations is exactly fair play, but whatever. Who am I to judge? I'm just a pleb. Alright, so we've got a pistol. Amazing. Getting somewhere. A worn scorpion with 3 bullets. So if I play my cards right, that's 3 dead victims right there, as long as I get my aim on. Nine mil ammo. You don't start with bandages, or rags even, as a bandit. But that's a thing. Hey, welcome back, Geo. Pistol flashlight. M-locks. It's been a while since I found scorpions, actually. Like, serviceable scorpions. I normally either find one that's got a mag stuck in it, or I never find the ammo for it and I find the scorpion. I've actually found a scorpion with a mag in it, with a few bullets. Oh, and I found another one upstairs. Wow, that's rare. Or shots near me. Let me see if I can find out which location that is in. Can you guys hear me, or have I muted myself?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, sounds like there's shots at the Lenogorsk area.
There's always shots around there.
I might go that way, actually. I kind of want to go kill with this scorpion just for the shits and giggles. Drink this Heineken. Cheap beer. Heineken's a weird beer in real life. I actually prefer the way it smells than it tastes. It smells really nice, it's for beer. But yeah, it tastes a bit rank.
Stella, I always think smells like weed.
See, I think that's what Heineken smells like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm a simple man, I just drink Carlsberg.
Oh, you don't.
Or anything put in front of me, really. That isn't craft beer. I don't really like craft beer.
I like some craft beer that's actually nice. Before this whole sort of thing came out where all these little breweries decided to just give it a funky name, a funky label.
Yeah.
And charge like 3 times the price of an average beer and then say it's craft beer to justify it. And it tastes like shit. There was a really nice one actually. I don't know if you'd class it as craft beer or not. I don't know, but it was an American beer called Backwards Bastard. And I got, you know, these like websites where you get like random beers from around the world delivered to your doorstep.
Yeah.
Got one of them, and it was in there, and it was American, so it come in one of those like Coca-Cola sized tins, you know, not like a proper beer tin.
Yeah.
And I just sat there, I was watching a bit of TV, drank it, I stood up, and I was like, whoa, I'm feeling this. And I looked on the side, it was 14%.
What?
And I was like, yeah. So then I looked at the side of the can and investigated further, and it had whiskey in it as well.
Oh.
But they'd blended it so well that you couldn't detect the whiskey. Really, it just tasted like a fairly strong beer, but nothing like.
That's the dangerous thing about like, especially like cocktails, right?
Yeah.
Because you have a cocktail and it's really nice. You might be able to have a faint burn or something like that of the alcohol, but nothing really, because obviously so much juice and things like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, let's get going. You stand up and you can't.
Yeah, cocktails are dangerous things. I remember I went to Iron Appa, God I know, cheesy as hell, and we were drinking this cocktail called the Harley Davidson, and it was basically vodka, Red Bull, and some other random shit, and yeah, it just tasted like a syrupy drink. It didn't taste like any alcohol whatsoever.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely leathered me. It fucking killed me. But I had loads of energy, and it was the weirdest thing, because there's nothing worse than being like really shit-faced, but having a ton of energy because of the Red Bulls. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my brain was going, just sleep it off, go to bed, sleep it off, and my body was going, party.
So when I was like 16, I went away with my mum and dad on holiday, and what is it, like, found the bar. We were in Spain, so they don't care, they serve you.
Yeah.
So I found like some people from my hotel, and we'd go out, and then they were like, oh, have a Jaeger bomb. Me being 16, I think before the holiday I'd only gone out like drinking to a house party like once or twice, and I was like, have a Jaeger bomb, and I had it, and I was like, oh, do you know what, it's quite nice, like, quite like this. What is it, Jaeger and Red Bull, okay. And then I would proceed for the next 5 days straight to have at least like 15 a night.
My God, what Jaeger bombs?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And every morning I would wake up and I'd have like a dodgy belly, because like, you know, you've been drinking, and you've been drinking too much, you get like the alky poos.
Yeah.
right? Didn't find out until one night I basically drank way too many and threw up, and I now no longer like Jaeger bombs. I can't stand the smell of Jaeger, anything. It's just one of those things that's been ruined for me.
Yeah,
So then I was
I'm.
like,
Go on.
oh, so we were like reading up on it. I was like, oh, what's it made out of? It was like aniseed, which is like licorice and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me try some licorice. Let's see if I like licorice. Didn't like the taste of licorice. But then next day I had a really upset stomach. I was like, why have I got an upset stomach? So I tried it again, next day, upset stomach. Come to the conclusion, I have a aniseed allergy. So I'm allergic to like licorice and things like that. And yeah, so that's, you can imagine being allergic to like maybe one little bit of licorice, and I've had 15 shots in a night.
Oh
I
my
was,
god, yeah.
not in a good state, and I just thought, oh, it's normal.
Fucking hell. So you weren't just drunk, you were having a massive allergic reaction.
Yeah, luckily,
Ooh.
I don't think it was anything, oh, let's hope it was nothing serious, but I think it was just gave me an upset stomach, but yeah, not fun.
See, I can't stand the smell of Baileys, let alone the taste, because when I was younger, like a teenager, we went round a friend's house, and like teenagers do, they were like, let's raid the parents', alcohol cupboard and see what we can go. And we all we could find was like 2 bottles of Baileys, and so that's what we were drinking between us. And yeah, I got absolutely smashed on it, and ever since I can't stand the smell, taste, or even if I look at a Bailey's bottle, it makes me feel sick. But I at the night I was just like, oh god, I feel ill, and I was like, I couldn't make it to the bathroom. So this friend of mine's house, he lived on the top floor of this like townhouse, and all I could do was make it to the window, and I cracked the window and just spewed out the top of this window. Didn't think anything of it, and then woke up the next day and I was just like, oh god, I feel bad. Left his house, got outside of his front garden and looked, and he's got like a white house, and from the top down there's this brown streak down this poor guy's house, and I'm like, oh shit, I better go. I really hope for their sake it rained hard. I can't remember if it did or not, but I think it was in the middle of the summer, so it probably didn't.
That probably stunk as well.
Oh, probably. Oh, that's bad news.
Are you back in?
Yeah, I'm back in. I'm just going to Zelenogorsk military at the moment to see if I can find some gear.
This Viking gun, has he gone AFK or?
Yeah, I think he's just sorting some shit out. Oh, I found a CSR mag. What ammunition does that take? 9 mil. Good. Again, when I was younger and stupid, was playing like a poker at a friend's house and we were drinking at the same time. Got really, really drunk, and then the next day decided, alright, I have to go home. At 10 o'clock the next day. Went to go to the bus station, feeling really, really ill.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got to the bus station, all of a sudden I just lost my sight. It just went black.
Oh.
And I lost my balance, and I tried to hold on to what I saw was a railing like about a second before. Fell onto the floor, missed the railing, hit my head, threw up everywhere. But the moment I threw up, my vision came back, and it was like someone had waved a magic wand. I felt fine. I felt absolutely fine. Like nothing had happened, and all these people stood there for the bus. Had seen this, and I just got on the bus just like normal, and there was like people on the bus with me going, "What is up with that guy?" Like, it literally just fell over, hit his head, threw up, and just was like, "Right, on the bus, let's go." And I've since discovered that was very, very likely to be like severe alcohol poisoning that did that. Because like I say, I was an idiot kid, and I didn't understand that you can't drink like over the course of an evening probably about 2 bottles of spirits and get away with it.
Yeah.
But don't do that, kids.
I had to go to the they had to take me to the emergency room, but I was 16 for alcohol poisoning. That
Shit,
was
really?
But it was 2 days later, so it was my mate's 16th birthday, and I think I drunk a crate of beer, not being a heavy drinker at all back then. Like, it would be like, oh, I would have a drink once every 3 months when it was someone's birthday.
Yeah.
So I had a whole crate of beer. I remember crushing several beers on my head and then waking up the next morning with like a ring of pain on my forehead.
Oh my god, yeah, fucking hell, what?
I was lucky I didn't have a bruise, but whenever I see a certain person now, it goes, last time I saw you crush the can on your head. I was like, yeah, it wasn't a good night. Let's not remind me of it. So yeah, I've drunk like a whole crate of beer, and I've started drinking like they had like a big sort of like a water tank full of like punch.
Yep.
And was doing this, and probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, I've just gone to my mate's stepdad and gone, I could drink you under the table.
Oh,
Bear
shit.
in mind, big bloke, probably about 6 foot and 20 something stone, so, and a heavy drinker. And I went, already being hammered, went, I'd drink you under the table. So he went, alright, give me 1 second, goes into the kitchen, brings out 2 whiskey glasses and a bottle of tequila.
Shit.
I was like, oh god, what have I got myself into?
You're in trouble.
And then so they had a bar in the back garden as well, and he goes, before we start that, he gets 2 shot glasses out and gets a bottle of absinthe out.
Absinthe? No, not the real stuff. Surely.
Amsterdam. They'd just come back.
Oh
Well,
god.
whenever they go like every couple of years, and they'll buy absinthe. I can't remember. It was about 90%, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, shot of that. That's also aniseed, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me and him have gone through a whole bottle of tequila. Just the 2 of us, shotting it one after another. I've woken up the next morning. He's a bit groggy, but nowhere near the state I'm in. Since then I've never thrown up from alcohol. I've had hangovers, but never thrown up. And so they were like, we're gonna go to the cafe in the morning, and I had that false sense of hope. For the first 10 minutes I was up, I didn't feel sick. And we walked to the cafe, and I started feeling really sick.
Oh yeah, when the fresh air hits you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I was like, oh fuck. And then everyone inside and ate their food, and I had to sit outside because I was just like, oh shit, I can't like go inside because I'll throw up. So I sat outside, started feeling better, then walked home, which was about a 45-minute walk. Got home, my mum and dad were coming out the door because we were supposed to go get my like passport photos taken that day. They took one look at me and went, go to bed. So went to bed, got home probably about 1, went to bed, woke up at about 8, and I remember my mum was like, would you like a sandwich? And I was like, yes please. So made me a sandwich, had the sandwich, went back upstairs, fell asleep for about 30 minutes, and then went, I need to go to the toilet. So gone into the toilet. Luckily I've not locked the door. I've gone to start having a pee, and I just remember waking up in the bath after hitting my head off the taps and just throwing up everywhere.
Oh my god.
So throwing up everywhere. The next day was still throwing up whenever I could, when I was eating or even drinking water. I'd just throw it straight up.
God.
So like 2 days later, of still not being able to take any water. Apparently I didn't have enough energy to like leave my bed, and I've come running downstairs. Apparently my mum's like, where the fuck did you get this energy from? And apparently I'm like white as a ghost, and I've got like an 1,000-yard stare, like I don't look right.
Yeah.
She was like, you okay? And I was like, oh yeah, I've thrown up everywhere upstairs. She was like, okay, no worries, just sit here, I'll go clean it up. She's gone upstairs, no sick anywhere. So she come back downstairs, she goes, where did you throw up? And apparently I go, the thing is, it didn't come out my mouth, it came out through my belly button. And she was like, right. Stay there, I'm gonna call your dad. So she's gone to call my dad. To basically like, you need to come home, we need to take him to A&E.
The hospital, yeah, because he's going mental.
Yeah, so my mum comes back into the room and goes, how you feeling? And apparently I've got my hands clenched and I'm just staring at my fists. She's like, what are you looking at? And I was like, my hands have melted off. She was like, what? I was like, my hands have melted off. They're not there. They're just stubs. She's like, okay. So dad comes, take me to the thing. I've never had a problem with taking blood or injections. No, don't like it, but doesn't really bother me. The needle touched my skin and I passed out.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then they were like, yeah, your son's severely dehydrated.
Is that what it was? Dehydration?
Dehydration and alcohol poisoning. but like the alcohol poisoning was no longer severe because most of it had left my system. But because it was quite bad, it stopped me from being able to drink, which then made me dehydrated,
Oh
which
my
then
God,
made
yeah.
me hallucinate.
Fucking
So,
hell, that
so I had-
could have been very dangerous.
Oh yeah, honestly. And then they had me on a drip for a couple of hours. That is the weirdest experience of my life because I was getting like more and more sort of like with it as like the minutes passed. But where I had a drip of cold water going, it was in my left arm. Like the rest of my body was like boiling hot. I remember like touching my right arm, or touching my right hand, my left hand, because my left hand was so cold because it had cold water going through it. It felt like touching my upper arm. It was like burning to the touch.
Bloody hell.
I was like, oh, okay, maybe we'll just never do this again. Luckily,
Yeah.
I've topped the amount of alcohol I've drunk, but not been as bad. I feel like my body's grown accustomed to alcohol now.
Welcome
It's
to
annoying 'cause
the...
it can get expensive.
Yeah. Welcome to the chat, Rob. You're just hearing Gio talk about the time he drank a hell of a lot of spirits when he was younger with a relative, and it went a little bit downhill in the following days for him. Let's just put it that way.
It's never been the same since.
You added me to the stream team. You added the stream team, nice, yeah. What do I think of it? I think it's good. The only thing I don't like about it is that if you click on the top of it, it redirects to an error 404 page on yours and on mine. Like if you click onto the name of the team, basically, yeah, it redirects to an error 404 page, which I'm not sure is too useful. But the rest of it is a very good idea. I like the fact that it's right there and you don't have to go and leave someone's stream to follow someone. So yeah, it's cool. I like it. Overall, it's good. Easy to follow too. Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared. I'm here by myself, and I know for a fact the sheep's lurking around somewhere.
He probably is. Oh, and by the way, Rob, earlier on I was playing this with Geo and Viking, and I had to take a 20-minute break, so I was just like, I'm going to stop the stream for 20 minutes, I'll be back in a minute. And I forgot to log off the game. So I came back to a dead body, and all my gear was no longer on me, so that was a bit of a whoopsie. That bugs me as well, that it takes you to a random unknown page. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? You'd think that they would fix that. Well, nothing in life is perfect, is it, as they say, so... Right, let's go to Selenogorsk. I think someone might have been shooting at me here. But I'm not too concerned, because I heard a few cracks, but they were so distant that I think that...
Oh, that happened to me yesterday. We heard like a crack in the distance. I was like, is that at me? And then I got shot twice.
Yeah, if you hear the cracks, it's at you. But it was a very faint crack, so I'm not too concerned about their shooting ability. These days, talking about getting a little tipsy, the furthest I take it is I'll enjoy a few beers at home and that, but I'll never take it past the point of no return. And I like a bit of whiskey from time to time, but my days of like going out with a bunch of friends and getting shit-faced are well behind me now, because I just can't deal with the hangovers.
Yeah, I get really bad hangovers.
I remember the last one I had was the one that made me go, you know, I'm not a young man anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows. The recovery rate on that hangover was ridiculous. So yeah, no, fuck that shit
I'm like
fell off.
incapacitated for about 2 days if it's a really bad hangover.
Plus another thing as well, it's a bit of a stereotype that older people get, but if you're 20 something and you go out boozing with your mates and you got a hangover, you're just a lad. Yeah. Basically. But even if you're going out with your mates, just the same when you're 30 something, you know, you're still just being a lad going out having some drinks with your mates, but it doesn't get viewed like that. Like, if you turn up to work in a couple of days and you're still a bit hungover, they don't just think, oh, he's a lad and he went out with his mates, which is what it was. They think, he's an alcoholic. Not really, just had a few drinks with friends. Like, oh my god, he's got a problem. No, I don't. So yeah, you have to watch what you're doing for the sake of your own career. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, at my first job, no one really drunk.
Yeah.
I was the odd one out in the workplace, and I would because I used to work Saturday and Sunday, and I was like, I'm coming in, like I'm drinking. Don't be stupid. And I would turn up every day to work. Well, bear in mind it was only 2 days a week, but I would turn up on Saturdays and Sundays, hung over as fuck. But because I'd done it from near the start, they just thought that's how I was. And there was a few weekends I think go out and they go, you seem really different. Like you seem like. Oh no.
You get shot at.
No, the weeping angels. I can hear them. But yeah, but they were like, you seem really different. You're just like full of energy. And I was like, oh, it's, you know, it's like one of the few times I've come in and I'm not absolutely hanging out my arse.
Promote me.
Oh god, I hate that. That noise genuinely terrifies me.
Right, I've just found a dead zombie in the military zone. All the doors around here are shut. Doesn't seem right to me.
No.
I could be bait. Or being baited, even. I used to work for a digital marketing agency. And part of our jobs was to obviously like try and encourage people to spend money with us. I was more on the technical side of things, but inevitably it also involved talking to clients and trying to obviously get their business. And that meant sometimes going out with them in the evening if they'd travelled down to London to where we were in Colchester at the time. You'd have to take them out on the town, like show them a good time. You know, like schmooze them and basically get them to sign that contract. And my boss, his attitude was, you can go out, even if it's during the day, like midday or something, and have beers with people or whatever. But no matter how fucked up you get, you must always come into work the next day.
Yeah.
And I remember this one client, they basically said, do whatever they do, and just drink with them, copy them, you know, make sure they have a good time, but they're in charge. It's basically, it's a Japanese way of doing business.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of how that works. And so I was like, okay, well, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'm sure I can cope with it. And these people were animals. Absolute fucking animals. And I was dead. And the next day, I was just, I rang in and I was like, I can't. And he went, you know the rule. You've all got to come into work. No one's going to judge you for being hungover, but you have to come in. You can take as many toilet breaks as you want, but you have to come in. And then I learned the reason why. Because the guy phoned up and he was just like, I had a really good time last night, read through the contract, everything seems fine, we're going to sign it with you. By the way, my name, is he there? And my boss was like, yeah, would you like to have a chat with him? And it wasn't the chat, it was just them laughing at me over the phone for about 10 minutes with me trying to just describe the contract. They were like, so go over the finer details again? And I'm like, so parts per thousand, click per revenue. They're just like, this guy is gonna die. Yeah, you got our money. Well done.
I was about to say, because I bet you like businessmen like that. I bet you they can drink.
Oh, they can. Yeah, they do other things as well, which I can't describe, and but which isn't my cup of tea. And luckily, I didn't have to get involved with that. Each to their own, though. You know, I'm not judging, but not for me. But yeah, no, they were fucking animals. They really were. One of them had some sort of sports car. I can't remember what it was now, but he parked it on this dope park zone. It wasn't a tow zone, but it was a you can't park there.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're gonna get a lot of tickets. Do you want me to move it or something like that? And he went, no, it's what is it, £120 fine for 24 hours, something like that. I said, yeah. And he went, well, it just means it's £120 to park there. And I was like, fair enough. And that was his attitude to it.
It's not that much money. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Literally like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they were well off.
It's just £120 to park there.
Oh, he wasn't wrong.
No, I mean, it probably did cost him £120.
There's no weapons at this military base whatsoever.
Did you have a flare gun in your tactical belt?
Don't think so.
No, I've picked up a tactical belt and it's got a flare gun in it.
Yeah, no, I don't remember having that. Someone might have put it there as a joke, I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Did anyone die since the server's restart? I don't think so.
I don't want to really tempt fate, but no, not yet.
Happy I'm at full health again.
Whereabouts are you? Still at the airfield?
Yeah, I'm in the like bottom left compound. I put a marker on it.
I'm going to slowly make my way over to you. I'm just checking this area. I think it's been...
Dripped.
yeah, I think it has.
Probably like 4.5k out, I reckon.
Tactical backpack. Take that.
I've put down a marker, I don't know if you can see it.
I've noticed that people like to snipe into Zelenogorsk. Oh, I just found someone.
Have you?
And I've not got a lot of ammo. I wonder if I can take him. Let's try. Is it two people or just one?
Have they seen you?
Yep. Just about to go down. Ah, it was worth a shot. He got me.
I feel like your best choice course of action was maybe try and get closer and just aim for his head. I would have just bum rushed towards him probably.
Yeah, I think I should have done that. Who was it?
Dubby.
Ah, okay.
He seems pretty good. He's killed quite a few people yesterday.
I spawned in an electro. So
You're miles away.
there's Zelenogorsk. That's quite far away.
I think I'm actually going to head back up to base. Do you know what? I'm gonna go and try and get some PvP on.
Oh, a policeman's that? Very nice. I think there's some players nearby me. Apparently there's a sound that plays when there's a player nearby.
Oh, really?
And I've been trying to identify what that sound is. And I think that's it, what I just heard there. It'd be unsurprising if there is a player nearby because I'm on the coast, so...
Coast, yeah. I like the way someone asked which one's cooler, a brown or a green cowboy hat.
Yeah, asking the important questions there.
Yeah,
Brown.
I agree. Thought so, I'll toss the green one. Just the essentials.
I think that's something I might do. Just dress up like a cowboy and go around hunting people with
I was with a carbine. I was thinking about that earlier on. I was like, just dress up in really weird clothes, or just wear like a full like trackie and just go around chasing people with knives.
Well, I got a tracksuit on by default.
Oh yeah. I still can't believe I'm still bloody hero too. I think I'm legit one of the most hated people on the server by certain people. And I'm a hero.
So that OST Congen, I can't even begin to try and pronounce his name. Does he still hold you partly responsible for that bus incident?
Oh, so basically because Viking has changed his name to Viking now instead of Silent, he hasn't seen Silent on, so I'm the main... yeah, I'm his, like, arch nemesis.
Brilliant.
He was being very pissy and cryptic yesterday. I was like, just a quick question, OST, do you hate me? And I was like, a genuine hate. And he was like, I don't know, do I? And I was like, I'm gonna say that as yes. But he wasn't that happy bunny the other night, and we went to raid someone's house.
Yeah.
You know the base that we you killed the 3 guys at?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We threw some grenades at their door and we found like some ammo for a grenade launcher.
Oh really?
Like, oh, sweet. So Ryan picked it all up and grabbed it and fired around into the door. And it's a smoke grenade. We were like, how many of those are smoke grenades? He was like, all of them but one. I was like, okay, fire that one at the door. And he aimed too high and missed the door.
Oh no.
So what we did was we shot the fuel pumps so they started bellowing out black smoke.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh yeah, Sol, we've raided your base. By the way, it's in this spot. And he was like, did you actually raid my base? He was getting really, really annoyed. And then someone was going, and then, what is it? Viking was just like pretending like, oh, don't worry, I helped you kill these guys, they're arseholes. And so he was like, oh, I've just come to your base and, you know, I think they're just fucking with you. And they were like, what? And we were like, oops, we've been rumbled. But yeah, the whole time, I'm pretty sure that OST guy was gearing up to come towards us. There was like a
He
good
probably
few people,
was,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, on like a little witch hunt.
Bring it on. Makes the game much more interesting when you get a little bit of beef going on with someone.
But it's the way he was like when we first did the took out his wheels. We were like he was like, okay, no more being nice from now on. I'm just gonna kill everyone. And in my head I was like, oh, what if he's like insane at the game? And then earlier on today he was like, I got my first kill yesterday. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I don't want to be sort of like, I don't want to sound like big-headed or anything, but I don't think we've got too much to worry about with that guy. It's just being honest. I mean, at the same time, he's not got too much to worry about with me. If he meets me in the field, I'm on my own. I'm probably going to go down. But
it just really made. He was getting very angry yesterday. He was like, he was like, they were big griefing me, and someone was like, what is this Minecraft? Like, yeah, it was apparently we didn't kill him. We were just ruining his experience, and was like,
oh, get fucked.
Yeah, just like shut up.
Yeah, wrong game, mate. If that's your attitude
and
to games.
Not even that. It's not like it's like I would maybe sympathise him if all we did right was say we tied him up and burned all of his items. Right? I can agree with that. That's a bit of a dickhead move, but it's not like he had a car. He had a vehicle, which is a very like hot commodity on the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. It's an interesting server to play on because you've got a lot of people here who are obviously fans of the ZF guys, but then you've got like different ZF members who've got their own little groups of people.
Yeah.
Some of which they play with on the regular, and others which are basically Twitch fans that end up on a Discord together.
Yeah.
And so there's probably about 3 or 4 little mini communities, maybe more than that actually, because then you've got streamers that are friends of other ZF members as well, with their little group of people. Like there's this one chick called Birdie that plays on a server. There's another guy called Naughty Ostrich, who I think's mates with Sheep or something. And so they've all got their little clan.
Yeah.
Or
like allegiances at least.
Yeah, so there's always things going on, and like little groups of people that band together, and more than just in the game, it's outside the game as well, so it's quite cool. I like the idea of just pissing off a bunch of people and not knowing, like, you know, the level of shit that's going to come my way.
With,
yeah, because it could just be like a bunch of like crybabies and just like whatever, or it could just be a really organised clan of people. You know, and you're about to get fucked.
I said he's either hot shit at the game and we're fucked.
Yeah.
Or pretty incompetent.
I
But
like.
then again, everyone can have their moment of like stupidity or like. I know for a fact there's like so many times where I've like on this game, like I may have like been in like Northwest and I've killed like 5 people. And then I've gone to shoot at someone else and just completely forgot to reload my gun. Stupid things like that.
I like rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody killed Dubby, the guy that killed me. With an FX45, isn't that a pistol?
Yeah, 45 pistols. I'm not sure if they still are, but 45 caliber is a very broken caliber in the game.
Broken as in too strong or not strong enough?
So from when I used to play a lot, like the 45 coming out of like the I remember specifically the Colt, but it might be the FX as well. Sometimes, like someone would be on full health, right? I remember watching videos and how like inconsistent the damage and everything on them was. So you could watch someone and they would take 1 round to the chest and die instantly, and they'd have like a vest on, or they'd take like 5 to the chest and they'd with no vest on and they'd be fine.
What the fuck?
But yeah, it was a bit of a broken caliber. It could either be, it's always strong. It always seems to be stronger than 9mm.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is just that ridiculous, just one tap. I've had it before where I was fighting a guy with a Mosin, and I literally all I had was a pistol, and he shot me bang on in the chest. I've passed out, I've woke up, I've bandaged, and he's come to run into my building, like to finish me off. I've sat by the door and I've literally popped one round into him and hit him bang in the chest, and he's died.
Fucking hell.
And I would be annoyed.
I remember getting up close to someone with a UMP and it destroyed them.
Yeah, it is. The UMP is a nasty gun. I think the MP7s on this are pretty dirty as well.
Yeah, that's a totally different caliber in itself, isn't it?
That's oh god, it's like 4.5mm or something, but it's like super high velocity armor piercing,
Yeah.
and it's got a ridiculously high rate of fire as well. So
Now, this is an interesting development. If I manage to get to Zelenogorsk military alive, there's going to be potentially quite a bit of loot, because two guys have died there now, including myself. Someone is probably going to be looting them up, and I might, if I'm lucky, be able to find a gun and just creep up on them and kill them in the confusion.
yeah.
Oh,
Do you hear a gunshot or?
no. I thought I had my pickaxe out, but I didn't. I had a can of condensed milk. I had to fight a zombie.
Might head up to VMC.
Pickaxe is so good at dispatching zombies.
Mm. What is weighing me down? Ah, it's the plate carrier. Forgot I now have a plate carrier.
Pringles.
That's VMC.
I saw Killer bought that Grounded game this morning. I woke up and I saw that he was streaming it.
Grounded?
Have you heard about that?
No.
Interesting premise. It's in alpha, so might be a bit shitty at the moment, but basically it's like Rust. In the fact that it's a survival game with like monsters to kill and other things. But you play with your mates, I think up to 4 people or something like that.
Okay.
Here's the twist. It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, okay.
So you're basically
like-
the size of an ant, and you've been put into like a back garden.
Oh, so it'll be like you're fighting spiders and
Yeah.
such thing. Oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah, and it looks good as well. It's quite a pretty game.
Cartoony, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I've been tempted by it, but the price tag's not super expensive, but I reckon it could go down a little bit. So I'm just waiting for it to go on sale, and I think I might pick it up.
Why,
Looks
what's the
like-
price tag for it at the moment?
About 25 quid.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's not like a ridiculous amount of money for a
Yeah.
game, but it's I can still get it cheaper, I'm sure, at some stage.
I always used to buy into the early access things, and I've stopped because like I got Conan Exiles when it was in like early access, and that was a pile of shit. I got this, which was fun, but was shit. And then like quite a few, like No Man's Sky, when I
Oh,
know that
God,
wasn't
yeah.
early access, but like that was bad when it first came out. It's pretty good now. It's VR supported and everything. It's actually pretty fun, but the majority of games I buy now tend to be VR games if I buy anything.
I got the kids VR for their PlayStation, but I don't have it for my PC.
I started off on the PlayStation, and because I used to play PC. Well, I played PC before I like ever had a console, and then I got like a PlayStation 3, stopped using it for a bit, and then started using the PC again. And then my PC started getting old, updated it, and then I got a PS4. I think I got that with like my first paycheck from when I started working. Got a PS4. Stopped playing PC a lot because I was just playing like the God of Wars and etc.
Oh yeah.
And then my PC, I was like, I'm gonna get back to PC. What I'm gonna do is I'll dismantle my PC, and the only parts I want to keep is the motherboard, the RAM, and the CPU. Well, so went to take the RAM out. The RAM slots were basically broken on the CPU.
They were what?
When I took them, the RAM slots on the CPU, on the motherboard, were broken.
Oh shit.
So when I took them out, they could never go back in again.
Oh shit.
The RAM was all right. I've still got the RAM in my PC, I believe. And then the CPU was just didn't realize how old it actually was. So the only thing I ended up keeping was a hard drive from the entire PC.
Oh no.
And because I met Kieran at college, so I had a nice laptop that I didn't really need, but I bought it with my student loan, so I was like, oh, I'll buy myself a nice laptop. And because where I worked, got a discount on it as well, so sold the laptop, sold some other bits and bobs, and yeah, got a new PC. I had the VR on the PS4, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna swap over, so sold the PS4, sold the VR, and then eventually bought VR for this, and that, I think I got the VR in about February, because I got a new job in February, but because of coronavirus, everyone there lost their jobs, unfortunately, so that was a bit annoying.
Yeah, coronavirus has caused quite a few problems for work. I'm one of these people that I've got a very, very varied CV.
Oh, okay.
It's difficult sometimes to get work because of my CV. Because if people look at it, they're like, oh, so you spent 2 years here and 2 years there and then 2 years here and 2 years there. So what, are we going to hire you for 2 years and then you're going to leave?
Yeah.
And I'm always honest because I kind of feel like if you're honest with an employer,
They're more likely to...
they're more likely to hire you. And if they don't, then that means that they don't necessarily want the right kind of people, and you'll be working with the wrong kind of people as a result.
Yeah.
And so I'm flat out, and I'm like, well, if I enjoy working here after 2 years and I'm allowed to work here and you want me here, I'll still be here.
Yeah.
You know, plain and simple. So they know what they're dealing with, you know. And I think that's fair enough. If you can dedicate 2 years of your life to a company, they shouldn't be too pissed off with you if you decide to move on. I mean, they've had you for a good chunk of time, you know, you're not wedded to them, are you?
Yeah.
But I've done so many different types of jobs. But unfortunately, like almost everything I've ever done has been hit really hard by the coronavirus situation. So I'm now at the point where I'm like, ah, shit. What do I do? And people that I used to work for that I've been basically told, you know, come back anytime you want. I've gone to them and they've gone, we'd definitely give you a job right now if we had any customers. But, you know, it's all gone to shit. I'm like, yeah, no probs. Good luck and all that.
Terrifying to say the least. My one, I'm kind of lucky when I like if the army thing doesn't work out and I do need to like apply for a new job and use like have a CV. I was at my old place for I think about 3 years, and then I moved to the new one because they were like, oh yeah, it was more money, it was full time. But then obviously I'm not there anymore. But the only reason I really left is because of the whole coronavirus thing. I mean, I was at like a part-time job for like 3 years, which is a lot longer than most people do. But like, it was a nice atmosphere. I used to work in, I don't know if you heard of them, like the CEX shops.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work in one of them, which was, it was fun, but like, when I was like younger, when I was like 18, 17, when I started working there, it was like great because it was like, oh, games, everything. But then like, as you get on and get older, you realise, alright, this is not, it's not permanent, but there's also a lot of like flaws with the place.
I heard that the management at CEX are a bit.
It can either be really good or really shit, but more likely than not, really shit. Luckily, I actually had some decent managers, but I've worked in a few different shops. Like I've been sent to like a shop one day because they've been short on staff. They'll be like, oh yeah, can you do this for me? It's like, really? Like as stupid as it sounds, they'll be like, they'll just do some things backwards, or there's a lot of we've got like there's a lot of protocol in those shops because obviously anything you could be buying could be stolen or anything like that. So anything you buy is bought and it goes through like a check. And some places they're just like, yeah, don't care.
Really, just don't care whatsoever.
Yeah, some places are really like really picky what they take, which is nice because that means like if you do buy from there, you're getting a better product. But sometimes different shops are like, oh yeah, fuck it, we'll just buy it anyway.
Yeah. Imagine it just comes down to the individual, doesn't it? There used to be like a cash collector, you know, one of those cash converters places, but it was like an independent one.
Oh, okay.
Where I used to live, and they had a reputation for being extremely dodgy to the point where all the scumbags knew that no matter what they stole, they could always get rid of it there. And it was basically known as everything in there was stolen goods.
Yep.
And they were constantly getting in trouble with the police. God knows how they stayed open for so long.
It's like where I used to work, like people would like it would happen quite often. Like there used to be a Matalan up the road, so people go to the Matalan, run in, nick a speaker, and then try and run down to like us or cash converters, which was literally next door.
Fucking hell.
To try and sell it, and then the moment like security things would go off, we'd all get a ring from a Matalan and be like, oh yeah, something's been nicked, by the way, if something comes in and it's this product, just be careful.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 they wouldn't actually come here, they'd maybe go to another shop and then get caught. But there was this once, this bloke came in with about 5 of the same speakers,
Oh, God.
still with all the security tags on them.
Oh my god, what an idiot.
Sorry, what's that? What was that? Alright, see you in a bit. But yeah, come in with all the security tags and everything. And was like, I would like to sell these, mate. And obviously, because we'd just got the call, what we were told was just stall them and call the police and blah. So I was like, yeah, no worries, mate. Do you have a card with you? He goes, no, I don't have any ID on me. Normally, you need a form of ID or anything with your name and it will do.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't have anything on me. I goes, no worries, mate. I'll just I'll just book it in for you because we knew it was him. Like, he was like, oh, look out for like I don't know, like a white guy, 6 foot, whatever the description was. And just look out for him, and if he's got these. So I was like, yeah, no problem, mate. So my manager would be calling up the police and tell him he's in the store right now, and then how long you'll be, and goes, oh well, because the police station was at the top of the high street, so they'd only have to walk down. He was like, we'll be there in 10 minutes. All right, yeah, you're all right, mate. If you wanna come back in 10 minutes, or you can wait here if you want, mate. It might take a bit sooner. He goes, yeah, that's no problem. Being really lovely about it, like we hadn't had a fucking clue what had just gone on. So he's sitting there waiting, goes, oh, is it ready then, mate? And the police were still coming. I was like, oh, just give it a few more minutes. He's just doing a final check on one of them now. He's like, okay, yeah. Police walked through the door, and with the manager from Matalan.
Yeah.
Goes, yeah, that's him. And then they go, did you steal those speakers, mate? He looks at him and he goes, yeah, I did. he just knew he'd been had. So he was like, yeah, well.
Yeah, hands up.
You get all. He was just like, yeah, mate, I did. So they just put him in handcuffs. Like, off we go. They didn't even have him in a squad car or nothing. They walked him up to the police station. It was so close.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, I've had all sorts in there. I've had like 30-year-old, oh, I say 30, probably like 50, 40-year-old mums trying to flirt with me with a discount. Which I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really flattering, but I'm not giving you any money off nothing. I've had people threaten me. Oh, it's great. I love that.
Wow, really?
I honestly, there was the thickest one I remember. Like, apparently he came in the day before that I wasn't in. And apparently there was like dirt in his phone that stopping it from working. And everything in there's got a 2-year warranty. So as long as they can see the fault, they don't mind giving you a new phone or your money back or nothing. It's normally within the first 30 days you can get your money back straight away. After that they try and sort you out a replacement. But if you kick up enough of a fuss, they normally give you a refund anyway. So he comes in and like slams his phone on the counter pretty much. And we were like, me and one of the boys who weren't working yesterday goes, I want a refund, I was here yesterday. And we were like, alright, what happened? I wasn't here. So he was like explaining how there's like dirt in the phone and it's stopping it from working. We were like, okay, if you give me a minute, I'll check it and just have a quick look. He was like, oh, they did that yesterday and they can't find anything. And I was like, well, can't find anything. Unfortunately, mate, there's nothing I can do about it. The most I can do is we can wipe this phone and give you a new phone. Like, we'll give you the exact same one, but no, I want my money back. I've already sorted out a new phone. And I was like, well, that's unfortunately, mate, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
It's nothing I can do. Because I want to speak to your manager. So the manager comes, he goes, you're right, mate. He goes, yeah, I was here yesterday. And he goes, yeah, I remember you. And he starts kicking off. He was like, oh, mate, unfortunately, there's actually nothing we can do. Like, he was like, I don't have the authority to do it. He obviously did, but it's like, and he was like kicking off. And I remember he grabbed the phone and started screaming through the shop, and knocking like the CD cases and things like that on the floor, whilst he was screaming, "There is bacteria in my phone." And I just remember thinking, that is not how a virus works, mate. Just like that's not how a virus works.
Fucking lunatic.
Yeah, honestly, I've had one. It was like my first ever Christmas, because I like started in November and then obviously Christmas rolled around, so I was pretty new still. This guy came and bought a phone. It was like it was one of like the brand new Samsung, so it cost him like a pretty penny, maybe like 600 quid at the time.
Oof, yeah.
And it was still in the shops. You got different grades. So A is like pretty much as brand new. There should be no scratches or anything. B's like general wear and tear, and C will be like a bit battered, but still works. So he's bought this phone, box everything, pretty much brand new as if you bought it from Samsung, and he's come back in maybe 30 minutes later, screaming and fucking shouting. I was like, what the fuck is he on about? Like, has he found a scratch on it? Come open the box, massive fucking crack down the middle. We were like, right. He goes, yeah, that wasn't like that here. He goes, oh, I bought it from you. He goes, I let you see the phone, and we don't sell phones with cracked screens. Screaming and shouting, and we basically found on CCTV, like the day later, my manager was laughing. He was like, oh, look at this. Sent it into like the WhatsApp group. It's him opening the phone to like show his wife or whoever he was with, and the phone's just slipped out the box and fucking gone straight on the corner.
Oh god.
And, like smashed, and I was like, oh great. But yeah, I've had some lovely people in there, and I've had someone pulled out a fish hook on my manager once.
Fish
Like,
hook?
Yeah, a fish hook. It was like, oh, it was really weird, like, because the area we're in, the majority of people were quite chavvy, or someone's just thrown a smoke grenade at me.
Well, just reading a chat quick. Hey, Okara, welcome back. Have you recovered from being caught with your pants down? Just about. Not entirely.
There's someone around VMC.
Yeah, be careful, it's probably shoot. Oh, nice.
Just spray through the door.
Very nice.
Oh, I've been hit once. Do you know who Shmi normally runs with?
I'm not sure. It rings a bell.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, Okara. Yeah, no, I have just about recovered from that incident now. It's very irritating. So basically, I've gone to try and find some more trouble, and I found a guy here literally about an hour ago, and I only had a pistol, but I thought I'd try my luck. Unsurprisingly, I didn't last very long. He killed me, so I'm back here again, and it looks like some loot's respawned, which is cool. So I'm just digging through and seeing if I can get some weapons, and trying to find some trouble along the way. Somebody else just got murdered here about 20 minutes ago, so there might be a dead body knocking about. Hopefully so. Ooh, a pistol suppressor. Could be someone in this building.
Someone right here. I'm now back to Hero 1.
Have you still got company?
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like he's got a scar. Looks like we've got a little bit of a standoff here.
Geo's making friends.
Oh, don't go quiet. It makes me anxious. Someone up on the hill, so I'm gonna try and stay away from the windows. have the high ground here. I'm up the stairs, they've got to push up me. But then again, that does mean nothing on Daisy. Psst. Oi! He's still there. Very still, I can't hear you.
I'm just muting myself at the moment for the sake of Geo, so he can concentrate on the fight that's probably unfolding for him right now. I've managed to get a pistol back off my dead body, but the rest of me seems to be glitched. Oh, a plate carrier. That's useful. Let's take that. I think I saw some pouches for that knocking about, so let's go back and have another look at that. Put a suppressor on it. How far away am I from VMC right now? Not too far away, so you know what? I'm going to leave those pouches wherever they may be, and I'm going to go and see if I can help out Geo in a moment, because he might need the assistance. If I make it through this town. Somebody got killed here not so long ago, so it could be a bit dangerous. Yeah, I thought I'd try and be cocky and pick a fight with a guy who had what I think might have been an SKS with a pistol. But I should have got in close. That was my mistake. I tried to have a bit of a mid-range firefight with the dude. I didn't think it was going to go my way. I'm not nuts, but at the same time I think it was a little bit too much of a gamble, to be honest. Right, let's see what we can find here. But oh, mag for a TR61. Yeah, a bit of a random day in DayZ today, if I'm honest. It might not have gone down that way if I'd have logged out properly earlier on. So that was a lesson learned. Of course, it had to be sheep, didn't it, to kill me? Mind you, actually, if anyone was to get a nice, easy AFK kill, courtesy of me, then I suppose he deserves it, because, you know, I did take a lot of his shit quite recently when I killed him. So yeah, what goes around comes around. Got a hell of a lot of Stanek magazines. It's nothing to really put it together with. And that's a lot of zombies outside. Ooh. Something wrong with my pickaxe? Normally it's just one swing from this and it does the job. Are they still chasing me? Yeah, come on you. There, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I expect from a pickaxe. I think I'm close to the, I am actually, I'm close to the Bandit trade. I should probably go there and sell some bits and pieces. Even if it just buys me more ammunition for my pistol, it might be worth it. It might be what it takes to go and help out Geo. Let's give him a call. See how he's getting on. How you doing, buds? I have myself muted so that I didn't disturb you too much.
Oh no, it's all good. There's so there is. I thought there was 2. There is. So originally I saw 2 and killed 1. I think there was 3 because there's one up on the hill.
Ooh.
And I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna have to stick my head out this window and see if I get shot at, and a bullet whizzed past my head.
Shit, really?
Yeah, so I know there's one up there, and I've just seen a zombie aggro around towards the front of the building as well. So
Okay.
I believe there's one at... Yeah!
Did they just take another shot at you?
Yeah. So there's one out the front, and there's one out the back.
Right, okay. I'm not too far away. So I'm going to see if I can get on top of VMC Hill and creep up and shoot the guy in the back of the head.
Yeah. Where's the bastard? Where's the bastard? Oh, so I can't tell where the guy at the front is. At the back he's on VMC Hill somewhere, but I ain't got a clue.
Right, so what I'm doing here is basically unloading all my magazines so that I don't actually accidentally sell something with some ammunition in. Keep maybe 1 Stan Egg and 1 USG mag, UMP mag even, and get something maybe a little stronger than this pistol, or maybe even just some more ammo for this pistol if I can't quite manage that, and then get as quick as I can over to VMC Hill and see if I can take out the sniper that's causing Geo some problems. Hopefully he manages to keep them busy long enough for me to be able to help him. There's a very high chance that they might just rush him. Right, I'm just a trader trying to find some bits to sell to come help you.
Well, yeah, Bandit.
Yep. Very close.
Green Mountain, not too far. So I've marked where roughly one is. The other one's at the front of my building. I think he's out to the front to the right.
Look at that.
Because I'm in a prison building right now. Don't know where he got a shot at me from. But surely it's got to be the right. my door now, so if I need to somehow try and make a break for it, I can. Oh, it's raining.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, thank fuck.
Does that help you or not?
I feel like it's probably still got a line of sight on me.
I might have to do this with a pistol.
Yeah.
Isn't Smee the guy who sheep killed right next to you? Yes, he was. Yes, now I remember he was. Right, wish me luck. Here we come.
Okay. Yeah, so he should be round there. No idea where, but... What gun you got?
I literally only have a pistol, but if I can creep up behind him, that's all I need.
Yeah.
If. There's also a guy at the Bandit trader with me at the moment.
Mm.
A little bit concerned that he might try and follow me out. Oh no, I should have come up on top of this thing earlier. Really should have done.
Why is there like loot up there? Or...
There's bullets that I needn't have bought, scopes that I could have sold, just enough to get an SMG. Right, I'm going to make a quick pass at the gun trader again and see if this helps me.
I feel like where Hitchery was before, he's moved position. So I was, you know, the little jail downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I was in there and he shot at me from the front somewhere. And I'm not entirely sure where, because I think they've both got scars and it's really hard to tell where the shot's coming from with them because they're so loud. And there's someone out back as well.
Right, I've managed to get a UMP with a silencer. What are you talking? What you say to Waffle?
I said, Waffle, I'm gonna kiss you.
Is that him out there then? Is it?
No, it's not. He just said, he said, I always KOS, kiss on sight.
Right, let's see if we can buy some 45 ammunition. Yes. Buy another pack just to be safe. Oh, 9-volt batteries are a lot of money here.
Are they? How much you buy?
About 125 rubles
Oh,
to
shit.
buy.
Oh,
Not-
to buy?
Yeah. I just needed one for my scope, but I don't think I'll bother.
Buy what
Right.
gun do you have?
Yeah, I just got a UMP, but I've got a Halo scope. I thought I'd put a battery in it, but don't matter.
Do Waffle and Sheep ever play together?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fuck, can you imagine that? Getting Waffle, Sheep and Tom all together.
Yeah,
in the
it'd
same squad.
be fun to kill them all, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd bring you a lot of satisfaction.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, not gonna lie, it would be funny. Repairing my damaged pants. I don't think that's necessarily that important because they're probably going to be somebody else's damaged pants before long.
You see Waffle trying to get his attention. Sheep, shepherd, shepherd's pie.
Right, which way do I get out of here? Can I not climb up on this? I want to try and leave without going through the front entrance. For obvious reasons.
Oh, that's not where I meant to mark the sniper. I've marked this roughly where the sniper is. Boys, we can work this out. Like, I'm a reasonable bloke. How about a hug?
How about a hug? Oh, what have I done? Have I made a huge mistake? I very well may have someone on my tail from this trader. This will be fun. Really hope they're not camping it. Right, on my way towards the sniper 2 clicks out. Oh, sheep just got murdered.
Oh, it's just... He was out the back of my building.
What, the guy that just shot sheep?
Yeah. Sheep was behind my building.
Really?
Yeah.
So could that have been the sniper that was on the hill? Could that have been sheep?
No, I think the sniper killed sheep. Because sheep... I think I heard sheep die, like, out the back of my building.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And you reckon those shots came from the hill?
Oh, 100%.
Right,
100%.
okay. Hopefully he's waiting that out and he's not going to push in. Because I can get this, I can get the drop on him.
He should be on that marker I put down saying
Yeah, I see it. 1.6 clicks out.
Apparently I did really well on the event then, I did not know.
Event?
Yeah, when the event...
Oh,
sheep-
right.
Yeah, he just said, how did I get, wait, what was it? Yeah, how did you get 43 kills on the server event?
Nice job. Hey Rob, welcome back. Finished. The hills are alive with the sound of sniper shots. Yeah, so we're just currently running into BMC to try and take out a sniper who's just killed sheep. That's not why we want to take him out. We want to take him out because we know he's there and he's a target. And also, our boy Geo is currently sort of like stuck in the VMC because there's somebody out there with eyes on his building, I believe. Are you in the main admin building?
Yeah, I'm in the like little prison building.
Copy.
So the thing is, right, I want to peek the sniper, but he knows there's only 2 windows I can peek through, and there's a whole forest I've got to look at.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can pick him out for you. Finished my 1 hour scheduled stream. Oh, I didn't know you were streaming, Rob. I didn't get a notification. I would have popped in to say hi. I thought you were still setting it all up. Is that all done now? Are you ready to go? Are you out there actively streaming? I hope so.
Shami's body is starting to smell because it's been there a while and I haven't touched it.
Hopefully. Okay.
They tried to throw a grenade at me, but I'm not sure. It looked, the smoke that came out of it was red, but it looked like a toxic grenade.
Could be
But
toxic.
It's done nothing. I'm absolutely alright.
Yeah.
I told them I had the cure in me, and I just absolutely don't. But
Good to know that your streams are now official. I will make sure that I keep an eye out for who's streaming and make sure I push at least a couple of people your way. Obviously, I don't have a massive audience, but it's quality over quantity. And if I can help, then I certainly will. Right, I'm 800 meters away from the sniper. I'm wondering though, is he going to get tempted to push in and loot Sheep's body with the knowledge that there's probably quite a lot of gear on it.
Well, if so, it's round. You know, like there's a wall behind the thingy.
So basically the wall to the back of the admin building.
Yeah, so that's where it sounded like Sheep died, but then again, it might be hard to see his body because he is a bushwookie.
So when you say to the wall at the back, do you mean he died behind the wall, as in outside the perimeter?
I'm not sure.
Right.
I assume outside the perimeter because I'm thinking if he was inside, he wouldn't have been able to have been shot. That's just a guess, but I think I heard his body drop. I could be wrong, but it did sound like I heard like a sort of like a bullet impact and like a little bit of a groan on the to the back of the building.
Yeah,
but
copy
again,
that.
not entirely sure.
Right, well I'm coming in. I'm going to drop my markers just for
Yeah, I can see your thing anyway.
visual clarity, and then
Yep. Well, what I'll do actually.
What, are you still in VMC?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stuck in this building. No, there's no. I've locked my front door, right? So if you do get in a firefight with him, I can open this door and I've got a sniper on me as well. I can see if I can maybe get a shot off on him.
Okay. It was fun doing the stream, even if it was all alone. Yeah, I never tend to really look at the review account, and I just tend to focus on enjoying the stream and yeah, just relaxing and chilling out, and that's definitely the best way to do it. Never get disheartened by the fact that no one's watching your stream. I mean, it's early days, isn't it? It's always going to be like that to begin with. Right, let's find this sniper.
Oh god, headset, do not cut out now. Trying to distract him. Do you want me to lure out a shot?
Could do, yeah.
I've just shot, like, at the hill. That was me shooting at the hill.
Copy that. Felt that crack past my head, that was a bit scary.
Someone just shot then.
Someone just shot. Someone just shot at you.
I don't know, I think, do you know what it is? I've accidentally turned the stream sounds on, so I just heard my shots through your, through your view. I'm running through this past this window trying to lure a shot out, but
Oh, taking shots, taking shots.
Where from?
Not sure. To the right of VMC. To the right. That's probably Smee.
I doubt. No, because Smee's dead. I'm going to try and push out the building.
Where the fuck are my bandages? Question mark.
Oh! Shit balls! Okay. Oh! Okay, I'm backing off out the compound. I'm gonna head down to like into the stream. Eat him.
What the fuck is going on with this game?
Fuck knows. Do you have any idea where that was?
Well, I'm
I
gonna...
can tell it was like trader side of thingy, but
I can't craft those into rags apparently.
what is it?
Oh, I need rags. I'm gonna die from blood loss because I didn't have any rags, even though I did have rags. But the game's decided that the rags that I had have now gone. Because I got shot and I'm gonna fucking bleed to death.
If you can run towards me. Go on the outside of the wall if you can, because that's where I am right now.
I know there's a survivor here, he might have rags on him.
If that's by the front door, that's Shmee. Oh, that's different. Got any rags?
Won't let me craft rags out of this field shirt.
Come here, come here, come here, come here.
What's coming up on me?
It's me, it's me. It's me!
This is going well.
You fucker. How many times? So was this thingy then?
Oh, that was sheep.
Is this sheep? Why'd you fucking hit me?
Sorry.
It's alright. Did you mute your stuff or just tunnel visioned?
Yeah, tunnel visioned.
Thank God I didn't start bleeding. Do you want an extra bandage? Because I've got a few.
Not at the moment. Let's just figure out what we're doing.
Right, so they're trader side of VMC. I don't think they're on that hill anymore.
Did you want to maybe sit in this little wooden thing?
I mean, we can do, but I mean, once they start peppering through it, I feel like
They might not even know we're in here.
true.
It just means that we're out of the sight of... They're going to be looking for us now. They've shot me. They know you're here. They know that Sheep's dead. They're going to be coming looking for a body.
Well, I think they've looted the body.
Have
I
they?
feel like, well, did you take the ghillie suit?
No.
I feel like Sheep probably had a ghillie suit.
Oh, okay then.
So I reckon what's happened is he's run from the hill down here because he knows I can't open that window anyway, and then probably pushed around that direction.
Sorry, chat. Kind of neglected you a bit there because it all got a little bit serious. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my rags. That was really weird. They just vamoosed. But it's not all bad because still alive, even though I shot my own teammate. Again.
If you've got a blood bag and an IV kit, I can give you some blood because I'm O positive.
I don't.
Ah, shit.
Well, we could just wait it out. I mean, they might get bored and come looking for us. Can't join without accidentally being shot by a bullet. Yeah, I have a reputation and it's well earned, unfortunately.
I've felt it now.
At least it was only one shot.
Yeah, at least it was just the one. You shot me once and you saw my name, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't shoot your name. I just realised that. By the way, you know. Yeah. What can I say? Not a lot I can say to that. Did I pick up sheep patcher? I think I did. No, I didn't. Did I not? Yes, I did. There we go. How do we want to play this then? Did you want to try and kill the people here? Or did you want to escape with your life?
I don't mind. I came to PvP. Either way, it doesn't bother me.
Is that you moving?
Yeah, that's me outside. I'll shut the door on you, just in case.
I wonder if they're on that hill now. Because that's the last place they saw me.
Possibly.
Can you tell me later?
The only problem is they have to push open ground to get to you.
Can you tell me later or when you want how to set up a screen if my game crashes? Or what you told me a few days ago? I'm not sure how to do it myself, if I'm honest. I know it's a possibility, but I don't actually do it myself. I mean, if my game crashes, it literally goes to my desktop. But yeah, I just know it's possible. Look out these windows.
I'm in the little wooden barn next to the thing. So I feel like they're the way I've just marked in that general direction.
Yeah,
but
not.
Don't know where.
Yeah, they are. So I think they were in the tree line. Looking at the map. That you moving?
Yeah, it's me moving.
Not moving? Yeah, okay. I thought I heard multiple footsteps. So looking at the map on the yellow road, I think they're in the tree line there somewhere. That yellow road. Yeah, that's where I took shots from.
What, the one above the base or to the right?
To the right of it.
Yeah.
The shots felt like it came from, yeah, from a bush or from that road. If that makes sense.
Oh, I've seen one.
Where?
There. I've marked it.
Copy.
He was around there. I think he is moving back up to the hill.
Copy that. I've got eyes on that, so I can watch him move in if he does.
Not seen any movement since. Yeah, I see him. Back there.
Oh yeah,
He's
copy.
going to, like, the back side of the hill.
Yeah, I
Should
see.
we push the hill? Should we push the hill maybe?
Yeah. Should we push from his angle so we can get behind him?
We could do, but that's the only problem is there's only one there.
There was two shooters.
There was definitely two, because there was one in front and one behind.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's do it.
I think he's going to like the back side of the hill and then
Yeah.
going up it.
I'm breaking across the field.
Yeah. I'll cover you.
Gonna move up this fence line.
I'm moving up behind you. I've got a sneaking suspicion, but not 100% sure. The way he's been shooting, and the way they've moved around, it kind of makes me feel like there's only one shooter, but that wouldn't make sense. Because why wouldn't he just keep his position on the hill? Obviously, if he had, you would have shot him, but...
Shoot and move. I mean, it works.
True.
I mean, it did literally work because I went to where he was shooting and then I got shot.
But whoever was holding my front door, because I know for a fact there was definitely shots at the front door. Because when I killed Shmi, like someone followed up with shots back through the door. Didn't hold the angle for very long. Like I sort of like peeked it and tried to try my luck to see where they were, but then when I ran out, no one was there at all.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy.
Have you got your player markers on so you can see where I am?
Yeah, I got player markers on.
Yeah. Do you want to move up to the top of the hill with me, or?
Yeah, I'm coming. Doing so slowly.
Yeah. I just checked the fields at the back to see if they'd like just sort of like cut their losses. Well, they wouldn't have made no losses, but you know what I mean. They would have just got the hell out of Dodge.
Behind you. I feel like it might be baiting us, I don't know.
I feel like they really didn't expect to be seen, like the way they went.
Could be a very wide flanking manoeuvre. Try and get round to where we were down near VMC Hill.
Possibly. If so, they could have just gone right past us and we've not realised, and vice versa.
Pushing up to centre.
Yeah. You actually walk slower when you stand up than you do when you crouch, when you hold like the walk button.
Yeah, it doesn't make a massive amount of sense, does it?
No.
And the breathed. No, I've breathed.
Can't see anyone up here.
Yeah, it's a bit worrying, isn't it?
Yeah. What I'm thinking of possibly what they've done is they've gone back around the back of the hill and just cut.
Fucked off.
Yeah, because whatever sheep had on him,
Is taken.
yeah, like the ghillie suit's gone. There was a few patches I think left on him, but like,
Did you want to go back to the VMC then and see what you can find? Or have
I
you
feel
stripped
like
all the bodies there?
the body that Shmi's body had fuck all in it pretty much.
Okay.
I feel like Shmi had died not too long ago and just like made their way back up here, but I had like a blue police vest on and shit like that.
We could always go to the black market trader and sell sheep's patch.
Could do. Where's
Okay.
that?
It's just above Grishino, Chortov Samok.
Yeah.
Not too far away.
Where's that? Fuck. Whereabouts is
So
it from?
we are at obviously VMC. To the right is Cabanino. Go
Yep.
above from Cabanino, you see Grishino.
Yep.
And then just above Grishino is Chortov Samok.
Oh,
And
okay, there
if
we
you look on the map, there's a little restaurant just to the right of Chortov.
to the right.
Literally on the road that leads up to Chortov Samok.
Fucking hell.
There's a little bus station stroke restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the black market trader.
Oh, right.
And that's where you can sell people's patches. So I'm gonna head down the hill but on the side.
Yeah. Did you have his patch then?
Yeah, I found his patch on his body. I'm surprised he didn't take that, to be honest. Because I mean, it's worth money. Yeah.
Yeah, they might have just been looking at the other ones to be fair. Like all the other bits of loot.
That's twice now I've had Shoot's patch.
How is it?
Only once that I've earned it. Yeah, it was very strange back there that my patches, my rags just fucking vanished. I was like, unless I'm going mental and I didn't actually have any at all.
You got a new op score, have you?
Yep. So you got the op score off of my body, and I got the one off Shoot's body. So all in all, I'd rather trade the guns that I had when I got killed earlier on for this op score. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that. How do you want to do this? Do you want to run across open ground or take the low ground?
Probably take the low ground route. It might take a little bit longer, but especially they've got Mark 17, which is 308. Oh, is that 308 or is it 7.62?
Mark 17. I think that is 7.62.
But it's the Mosin caliber, so I definitely don't want to get hit by that.
No.
Stanag, I got hit by 2 Stanags and my health is still at full. Like, it doesn't really bother me getting hit by 5.56.
So earlier on, discovered that the petrol ponds explode. What about those big ass white gas canisters? Like, is over
I
there?
don't think they do. I've tried to shoot at them before, but nothing's happened.
Oh, that's a shame. So, just speaking to chat, we're heading towards the black market trader, which is probably a death sentence in itself. But, you know, why not? And we might get a few kills there if we don't get murdered ourselves. And I'm going to see if I can sell sheep's patch. I'm curious to what it's worth. I know that Tom's is worth 2 grand.
Who's that?
Tom's.
Oh, Tom's.
Oh, what's this? Dead zombie?
That wasn't me. But then again, that could have been anyone.
At any stage, yeah. Yeah, I went into the neutral trader a couple of weeks ago when this first started off, and Tom was like, "Hey, do you want to give me 1,000 rubles for my patch?" And I'm like, "Why would I do that?" And he said, "Because you can take it to the black market trader and sell it for 2. But I can't sell my own." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, that's a good trade. Pleasure doing business with you.
Did he come and kill you at the black market?
No. No, I kept it. I thought, I'm not going to sell it, I'm going to keep it, just because it'd be funny.
No.
And whenever I went into the trader, people were sort of like walking around me, sort of like simping.
Oh, really? Because you had to...
Yeah.
What's your blood at?
Well, blood's not bad, it's half.
Your health was... You only got hit once, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, my health wasn't too bad, it was just literally my blood that got screwed.
Yeah, Burnsy just put a thing in the chat saying, "Oh, did you get out of there then?" What I'm thinking now was, I should have, Shmi was punching down the door. And I've done it a few times before when someone's punched down the door. I've hid behind the door and let whoever's going to run in, and gun them in the back.
So you locked the door?
I'd locked the door and Shmi was punching down the door, so I just sprayed through the door and killed Shmi.
Yeah.
And then right after, more rounds came into the door from the other side.
Yeah, of course. Right, just checking my map.
Wait a minute. By some miracle, is it still here? Fuck, no it's not. I dropped a tent by this car the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because we went into fight in VMC. It's when fucking air blew himself up with that grenade.
Oh, yeah, shit, yeah.
I dropped a tent here thinking, oh, just to save stamina. If I survive, I'll come back and grab it. But... quite far from Papa's boudoir.
Sniper's wet dream now, aren't we?
Yeah, honestly. I like the way we're like, we're covered from one side, and there's like a massive open field on our left.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is just having like under half stamina.
When I'm finished, I want to go back and see if Sheep was streaming when I was AFK. I want to see how that went down.
Oh, okay.
Just out of interest.
I think he's been streaming all day, because before I came on I was like, oh, who's streaming? And Sheep was.
Yeah, he
The only
tends
reason
to...
I realised you were on, because I saw you were streaming as well.
Yeah, he streams for quite a long time, that dude, I think, sometimes. It's weird. The further I get walking across open ground like this, the more confident I become.
And it's right at the end.
It is, isn't it? It's almost as you get to where you need to be, and it bang when you get shot.
Especially in cab. Cab's not a nice place to be.
We just saw a dead zombie in that compound.
Did you?
Oh, it's a pig.
I thought I heard something like grunt or snort then.
Might have been me, or it might have been the pig.
Ah.
If Derringers is online, there's a very high chance he's patrolling the black mark trader in a Humvee.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do a lot or?
I've noticed it on a few occasions. And it's like being in a horror movie because well, as you know,
Yeah.
you can't fucking hear the thing.
Absolute Tesla. That's what that thing is.
I really enjoyed that the other day when he was hunting me and Air, and we were just lying on the ground and we could see it. It was just patrolling, just stalking the area, looking for us, and we were like, "Oh
Probably got no
god!"
worries with that thing being so bulletproof as well.
Yeah. Gonna check my map real quick. Yeah, we're making good destination time, sort of thing. It's a dangerous game, Daisy, isn't it? Because hours and hours and hours and hours can go by.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh Christ! Last time I looked at the clock, it was 1 o'clock.
Shit, what time is it now?
5:10, I think.
Jesus Christ. I'm sort of making the most of my downtime at the moment because I want to get this stream thing working out, and I'm in the middle of perhaps starting a new job,
Oh, okay.
so I want to get it in there before that happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to enjoy my time as much as I can before I have to just basic training. If I do get in, is 14 weeks with I believe 5 days off. So obviously I get my evenings to myself, and I think it's every other weekend I get 1 day off, and something like that. And then on the 7th week I get to go back home for 5 days, and then go for another 7 weeks, and then I'll have a graduation, and then I'll wait for my specialised training to start, whatever I do, what job I do get.
But you can't wait, can you?
Yeah, I'm really excited, but at the same time, I'm shit at it.
Well, all I can say is that the people that just moved in next door to us, I think he's about, from what I can tell, probably about 25 years old.
Yeah.
Something like that. And he lives on the island, and he joined the army via whatever regiment it is on the island. I'm not actually sure what regiment we do have here, or how that works exactly. But he's just literally got a mortgage on a 3-bedroom house at the age of 25.
Christ.
So the army can't be that bad, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like I can't do it here. London prices are ridiculous.
Oh
like,
god, yeah. Oh, it's chalk and cheese when it comes to house prices, yeah.
Oh yeah, honestly, it's. I was looking to move. Like when I had my old job, I was like looking at places like, oh, move out, have a bit of freedom. I wasn't being pressured to move out at all. It was just, it would be nice. And I was having a look, and the cheapest place, I was like, ah, fuck it. I'll have a look at a house and move in with someone or something like that, or a couple of mates. And then the cheapest one I could find for like a 3-bedroom house, and it was a tiny 3-bedroom house. It was like 1,800 a month. I It's like,
€80 a month. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of money.
And then like flats aren't much better. Like obviously they're cheaper, but you're paying a lot for nothing really here. And if you don't like your people who are living above you or below you, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, flats are tricky.
That's it. I used to live in flats, and luckily our upstairs neighbours were quiet. Like there was no stomping. But I feel like at the same time you want to live on the bottom floor, 'cause then you don't have to worry about how hard what you're doing. But then you got upstairs, and then if you live upstairs, you ain't got to worry upstairs, but you got to worry how loud you're being for downstairs. It's like a bit of a. Not saying I'm just gonna go around throwing myself on the floor or whatever, but it's just like whatever you're doing, you want to have like a bit of fuck about. You've got to be really conscious of how loud you're being.
Yeah. I mean, we have always lived in, well, not always, but mainly lived in semi-detached.
Yeah.
So obviously we've got that worry about being too loud for our neighbours and stuff.
I just want a big house a mile away from anyone.
Yeah,
That's
so
all
would I.
to ask.
When we moved, we saw a really, really nice detached house. And the price tag was ridiculously cheap. And well, we saw it on Rightmove, so we were like, this is just fucking unreal, there's got to be a catch. And so naturally I went onto Google Maps to see like what the road was like, right? And it was literally on the edge of a cliff.
Oh, really?
And the cliffs around that, especially that side of the island, are notorious for erosion.
Oh, are they all like made out of chalk or
Yeah.
things like that?
Yeah, so it was literally a case of like, yeah, 10 years tops, that's going to be in the sea.
Fucking
Yeah, I know, right? There's actually a holiday camp, and half of it's down the side of a cliff. I think they built it in the 70s, and now like they've literally got like 30 cabins that they rent out because the rest of them are down the fucking cliff.
I remember I had to write like a essay or something about that for my, I think it was my geography GCSE. But yeah, like the thing kept, it's like it loses like several feet a year or something stupid. Like it's not like, oh, it's eroding by 1 centimetre a year. It's like, yeah, we lose about 5 feet every year.
Yeah. Over on the beaches here, a lot of the cliff faces that are directly behind the beaches are very, very, very steep. And you see holidaymakers all the time, like sat there with their beach towels, like underneath these cliffs, and you constantly have to say to people, "Don't sit there, mate."
Because something will drop on you.
Yeah, because you see all this debris around here, right? It's not just stuff that's washed up from the sea, or that's shit that's come down from there, and that's where you're sitting.
Yeah,
And they're like, "Oh,
yeah."
yeah." But you see it quite often, unfortunately. You just like open up the local news, and there's like been a bunch of people crushed under rubble and shit. Yeah, because people just don't know.
Yeah.
Or they go walking on the top of it, and naturally they go to the edge for their Instagram.
Yeah, and it's just crumbled.
Yeah.
No, I'm too much of a wuss for heights for that.
It's just common. I just say it's common sense, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Don't go
Just like-
towards the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, no. Nothing happens at the edge. Good happens at the edge of the cliff.
Exactly.
Nothing.
It's like these parkour guys, you know, that you see jumping over the top of skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not denying that they're not very, very skilled athletes.
But
But
fuck me. Yeah.
I still consider them to be fucking morons.
Yeah, honestly.
Just capable morons.
Like, we went to New York and we went to, I believe it's the tallest building now. It's the Rockefeller Center,
Oh, yeah.
and you can go to like the right top of it. The glass is maybe a foot thick. Nothing is getting through that. But like, you'd have to hit it with a very big car for it to even put a dent in it.
Yeah.
And I still, every time I went to the edge of like the building and was looking down, my legs would just go. Like it wasn't like oh, I need to step back. My legs would be like, no, we're giving out now, and you're falling backwards.
Yeah, I don't do well with heights either. I'm the same. I remember when I was a kid, I went up the Eiffel Tower, and it scared the living shit out of me.
fuck, that deer scared the shit out of me just then.
I saw it, but I thought I won't mention it. I'll see if you discover it yourself. Where's my knife gone? Let me just sort that out real quick. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Alright, pushing on.
But that was a shot, that was a shot.
I don't think it was. They make like a crack noise, like they're walking on twigs.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, at least I don't think it was. It might be.
we'll find out in a minute. If so, it was the way we're going.
I think we probably would have had another one by now.
Yeah. Or they're probably thinking, why the fuck are these guys still just running so nonchalantly?
Yeah. Talking about safety glass. I read a story once about this guy who was demonstrating like how amazing the safety glass in this high-rise apartment was. Right, by running into it.
Oh.
Right, now the glass didn't break.
Oh,
But-
it's just slipped out of the frame.
Yeah. He literally knocked it out of its frame and fell to his death, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Whoops.
Like, as tragic as that's quite funny.
It is. You gotta laugh at these things sometimes, otherwise you're not human.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the fucking look on these people's faces?
Probably a dinner party, so we'll sat there with their like glasses of champagne.
It's like a fucking estate agent. It was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like 8-foot high ceilings, blah blah. Floor to ceiling windows, and look how strong they are. Boom. Yeah, not the window frames though, mate.
Yeah, Darwin Award. Like that guy that I'm sure you probably heard about that was showing off for fucking TikTok or something in Russia. And he had a grenade and he pulled the pin on it in his car and then accidentally dropped it in the footwell.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
And yeah, unfortunately he's no longer on this mortal coil.
What the
I know.
backwards play? You know, like, can you imagine, like, you think here, like, showing off, you're like, oh, look at my designer clothes, look at, I don't know, my diamond chain, look at my, I don't know, like, just have a look at my, like, EGD5 frag grenade.
Fucking nuts, isn't it?
Fucking Christ.
Mind you, we got like similar thing over here, kinda. I remember I was selling a paintball pistol that was it shot like really small size paintballs. So as a result, it looks quite realistic. And I was selling it on like a local Facebook page, and this little chav just come along, and he really wanted it, and he didn't have the money. He was like, "I'll give you like half this week and then half next week." And I was just like, "Oh right, well no, I'm all right, thanks, mate." But you know, what do you want it for anyway? You paintball player, because you know.
Hi guys.
Hello, mate.
Room for one more?
Yeah, jump in. And now all this kid wanted it for was to pose with it and threaten people. He didn't want it for the use that it was designed for.
Are you sure you're not talking about Geo then?
It's fine, I'm an absolute weapon in my own right, so I don't need any.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty much the perfect specimen of a man.
It depends what your perfect specimen is. I'm thinking more. I've got a really hairy chest. I wear like a really.
He's got a really hairy. What, you Andy Chi?
Yeah.
There you go, ladies. You heard it here first.
Hello,
Look,
pretty ladies.
Hello.
your search is over.
I am Borat.
I have arrived. I fell from heaven to arrive at your feet.
Every time I like get into a base from now and goes, "Head and dirty, I'm the king of the castle."
I shot Geo by mistake earlier on, but luckily I didn't kill him.
Well, I think I'm still at base.
What is all that smoke around Devils?
That's
By the way, is this better, guys? Yeah, you guys not hearing any like fuzzing and stuff?
Oh, that's not Devil's Castle. That's Chaucer.
it's still pretty robotic, but there's no static, so it's better in that regard.
Well, the only reason it's robotics is crash internet, but
Oh really?
yeah, my internet broadband like today's been terrible. It's like I've been lagging all day on whatever I do.
How was your day yesterday, mate? After you went off?
An experience, I can tell you boys that. I can tell you that much, boys. That I can't release anymore.
I can imagine.
Did you have trouble standing up this morning?
I can walk. Going to work was a mission.
Oh, did you have work today?
Yeah, I had work for like, I got back at like midday and I was like, sweet, half a day, 80 quid in my pocket, can't complain.
Oh, I miss going to work. I don't. I miss getting paid.
Yeah.
There we go, keyword there. That's everyone's favourite thing about work, getting the money.
Yeah.
Legit.
I feel like I'll just have to, I don't know, start an OnlyFans for the time being or something.
Well, I'm pretty sure all the Ali G impersonators will come by, don't they?
Oh. I've got quite a few pictures of me dressed up as Ali G's as that goes.
Yeah, that's exactly why I said it, dude. I remember you telling me you had loads of photos.
I think I've still got that costume somewhere. I still wear the trousers. I still wear the trousers.
You just come in as like a little maid. You're like, oh, this is not the right outfit. Fuck.
I still wear like the bright yellow nylon.
Was that a
trousers.
shot? Was that a shot?
I can imagine this. So comfortable.
Well, I hope not.
Sorry, carry on talking.
Yeah, I still wear the bright yellow nylon trousers when I like get up in the middle of the night and need to put on some trousers.
No offense, but you sound like a Polish dude. I can say that, right? Because some of my friends are Polish, so.
Well, I think you said that perfectly. No offense, because there's nothing offensive about being Polish.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being Polish at all. It's a wonderful country full of wonderful people.
I'll tell you what, I've actually tried a Polish dish, like a soup. Oh, banging. They put like cabbage and potatoes and stuff in it.
I had a Polish sausage a couple of weeks ago, and it's
sausage?
really weird. It's like cooked, but it's cooked, but like the
Oh,
consistency.
stop. I need to let you know something before we go much further.
What?
There's 3 or 4 NPCs in this area.
Turn back or get shot. Oh shit!
Yeah, run away.
Wait, is it like you know Daisy Epop, where you get random events with NPCs?
No,
Not quite.
A trader, and it was like turn
okay.
back or get shot. It says Bandit Hero level 4 plus.
Yeah, there's certain traders that you just can't deal with.
Are you level 4 though?
Have you guys killed anyone recently?
I killed someone earlier on.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck is that noise?
Is it heavy breathing?
Yeah.
Heavy breathing.
It's like fucking spooky.
Alright, it stopped. Yeah, that was fucking nasty. Right, so you got the vehicle trader dude next to the green broken car. I think you could talk to him.
I feel like it just told me I'm a hero 1.
Can I talk to this guy?
Guys. You had one job. I said don't park the car on top of me.
No, honestly, the cars move by themselves.
I'm back. It's good. I managed to crawl out of the car. Wait, we've got 2 cars now.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
The little yellow one, don't drive it because that thing is cursed.
What do you mean?
It doesn't drive straight properly. It just like you'll be driving straight down the road and it'll just go
Give
fucking
it to the
left.
other one. Pretty sure the other one's the same, right?
I think all the cars are just fucked.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm sending some
Probably
patches.
the latency to the server.
What was that?
It's probably the latency to the server.
Yeah, it probably is. I've got 2 mags for that Oris sniper rifle we've got.
Where are you guys?
We are. Just put down a red marker. We're probably like.
Oh, you're
4K
4,000
away?
meters away from me.
Yeah.
Look, I am all the way here. Oh wait, that's not flat.
Yeah, you're by Papa's boudoir.
I'm in Papa's boudoir.
How much did you get for selling those patches?
Well, I can't sell the hero ones or the
No.
villain ones, but I've sold sheep, so I've got 2.5 grand for that.
How much are the vehicles?
They're a lot. I think they were like 150 or something.
Oh shit.
What, fully done up vehicles?
No, you can only buy the chassis and then you have to buy all the parts to go with it.
Then you have to buy all the
Really?
parts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit bullshit.
There's no safe zone here, is there?
No.
They should add NPCs into this, or like, you know, like admins and mods and stuff that come on and just, you know, do like events.
Yeah, like a little Roman NPC thing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like getting airdrops to drop down with loot and people just rushing for them.
Yeah, the airdrops are in.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen the airdrops, but like I mean like ones that spawn with NPCs,
Oh,
like guarding it. That'd be a pretty cool idea.
I remember those on like Epoch and everything.
Yeah, and Epoch was so awesome. It was my favourite thing.
Right. I'm gonna have to take a quick break, so I'm gonna log out in here. But before I do, is there anything you need from me that I can help you out with?
No, I've got everything I need really.
Okay,
I've
then.
got meds, food.
This might be a nice place to log in because I might catch someone literally through this window when I log
Yeah.
in doing a deal.
I might just sit here for a bit.
You never know. So they're most likely going to go to that guy that you can see in that bus stop to the right of that derelict helicopter.
Hmm.
Or they're going to go to that guy next to the green car.
The guy next to the green car.
Right, I'm definitely going to try and log off this time.
Oh god, yeah, don't do that again.
So basically, I don't know if I've mentioned what happened earlier on, Portugal. But I was hunting someone, and then 10 minutes went by, and there wasn't that much action, so I decided I'm going to log out because I need to eat something and go to the bathroom. And so I stopped my stream, but I forgot to log out, and then I come back after eating, and I was dead.
No blood, no.
I was literally just sat in a room going la 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 la, all alone, completely AFK.
Oh my god, you got
I
that's
know.
the worst time ever, dude.
How stupid though, honestly, that's proper fucking idiotic.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop off for a few minutes. I'm just gonna go to the toilet and I'll be back.
Cool, I'll see you guys later maybe if you're on or not.
I'll see you later, Bullet.
Catch you later, have a good one.
Have a good day, mate. Thank you. Bye.
Alright, so thanks for joining me once again. It was a bit of an odd stream. Lots of running around trying to catch new gear and start fights, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's fucking high octane action, and other times it's a bit of a walking simulator. So thanks for sticking around, thanks for joining, thanks for chatting, keeping me company, and I wonder if anyone clipped me accidentally shooting Geo there. If you didn't, you're not doing your jobs. I'll see you all later on probably. I don't know what I'm doing this evening. I might be playing this, or I might be playing something else, or I might just be chilling out, doing something completely different, not on the computer, which would be very strange, but that does happen from time to time. I hope you all have a nice evening. Ciao.